Black Peace Now.
Yeah, Black Peace Now. They Black Peace Now actually has a store in California, so they do ship in the U.S.
Actually, they closed.
Oh, they closed it? Oh.
They closed. Yeah, because like they closed and they're putting another store in. But
Right.
I don't know which store, but it's not.
I know there was another store there also that did actually sell men's fashions as well that were aristocrat, but also like dandy style.
I didn't.
Alice and the Pirates.
Yeah,
Alice and the Pirates would be your best to go to. I don't know why we didn't think of that first.
Yeah, they're a stable brand.
Yeah, oh, I didn't hear you. Sorry. I was off in both.
Ellie, you get to help me, dude. Oh boy.
Someone over here, yeah.
For someone who's just starting Lolita, what kind of advice would you give them? Like, for just going out every day wearing Lolita?
First thing you should get should be a petticoat.
A good petticoat. A petticoat and a blouse. Blouses, as you can tell, range widely. You rarely ever actually see blue blouses. Pink, blue, cream, white,
colors
black,
and also
brown.
styles.
A white blouse is probably like the best one to
Yeah.
get because you can pair it with anything.
Short sleeve, for Louisiana also, short sleeve. For petticoat, make sure it's one that will not die. After a while, petticoats will, from the weight of the fabric, as light as the fabric can be, they'll just go limp and die and won't waken. And it's really sad to walk around with a dead petticoat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's this, I don't know if you've heard it, got the Lolita Bible.
That's actually what they have.
And the English ones, and the pattern Bible.
Where would you get this?
There's actually a vendor that sells the latest.
He doesn't have any more.
Oh, never mind. Well, he did.
eBay. You can.
These aren't on eBay.
Oh, they are
I've seen
anymore?
on eBay.
Oh wow.
But
Kinokuniya stores.
so the Japanese ones you can get either from CD, Japan,
Here, I got it. Kinokuniya.
which is a Japanese bookstore, but they have quite a few located around the U.S.
Like New
So
York,
you
LA.
can actually go to their website and find them sometimes. Except for like it's best like to pick them up from the store because sometimes you can't find them on their website. Sometimes you can find them on Amazon, like but pretty much like the Japanese ones aren't really easy to get a hold of.
Also, if you go to Google, this is kind of like pirating music, but if you go to Google and you type in Gothic Lolita Bible scans, sometimes you can find the entire magazine scanned on the internet.
There's a community that scans all of the Lolita related Bibles.
Yeah, and also I found a pattern packet on the internet in PDF file, pulled up on Photoshop, printed, I got all the patterns I need.
Yeah, there's a lot of patterns online, especially for the Gothic Lolita Bibles. So
And that's a good thing about owning the actual Bible. They all come with a pattern insert.
I got one.
There was, yeah.
I'm more Victorian, but
Speak up, I can't hear.
I'm more Victorian, but this is a general question. Someone who's just starting out, doesn't have a lot of money, but like I don't like to wear jeans and t-shirts because it just isn't over. How is your secrets to like ease into it without breaking apart?
Okay, Fan Close Friend is a English, British.
Chinese. It's Chinese.
yeah.
Okay, it's Chinese, and they make really, really good pieces. You have to watch what you get sometimes, but it's simple most of the time. Simple OPs and JSKs. Also, I would suggest making. Yeah, there's also menswear.
It's actually where I got this coat from.
Yeah. They actually have a special section for aristocratic styles. I would suggest to start out making your stuff, not necessarily making a petticoat, but if you want the basic feel, a petticoat's kind of necessary. But make it. I mean, I made this shirt. The fabric was like $6.99 a yard. I needed a yard and a half.
Yeah, you
And
can also
coupons, 50% off coupons. And
Sign up for Hobby Lobby's mailing list.
Yeah.
Send you 40%
Joann's,
off
Hancock's.
one of the things I was also going to say is a lot of people actually know somebody who knows how to sew. You can get them to teach. Yeah. Get
on
somebody to
Facebook.
teach you. Yeah.
She's on Facebook.
And go to, you can also go to grandparents, grandmothers, mothers. You can, for what you can, like she was saying with the fabric, you can buy fabric for so cheap. You can buy a pattern most of the time that'll be like a basic skirt pattern. And you have a skirt and you have a blouse, that's one outfit right there. And then you can start mixing and matching pieces.
And adding accessories.
And it's so easy.
Yeah, it's really easy. Also, there's a substyle of Lolita called casual Lolita. Basically, it's, you know, t-shirts, cute t-shirts with bows sewn on them, some pearl slack sometimes, poofy sleeves with a petticoat and a skirt. You don't always have to wear the stockings or the socks with casual. You don't always have to have the crazy head pieces and hairstyles. But that's why it's called casual. It's to still get the shape and the feel. And people aren't going to look at you like, oh, it's a girl in a weird poofy skirt. They'll be like, wait, that's definitely a different style than what I'm used to seeing.
Also, there's an LJ community called
We Sew
Loli
Loli.
Sew.
We
Yeah,
Sew Loli.
yeah. It's you actually can go on there, and there's people on there that will help you actually learn how to sew things. So it's really easy. You can go on there with any question you have. Like, it can be as simple as, I want to make a head bow.
Yeah.
I don't know how to make a bow. Show me how to make a bow. And there's probably a tutorial on there, or somebody could show you. They have tutorials on how to make petticoats, how to do cut sew blouses, which are the casual style blouses. How to
Insert note, if you're starting out with sewing, do not attempt a petticoat.
Yeah.
They require at least 30 yards of crinoline or organza. My petticoat has 30 yards in the top layer, 40 on the second, and then 120 of ruffle trim.
And it's ruffling is very hard and very time consuming.
Yes. Also, if you're going to start out making your blouses and your dresses,
Even when you're shopping.
and when you're shopping, just in general, across the internet, in the stores, lace. As you can see, all of us have some sort of lace on us.
Except for
I
me.
don't.
This could be
Shun.
Yeah, the little organza ruffle.
You need to find quality lace. Like all the lace that I have on me, except for ribbon, which is satin, is crocheted lace. The hem of my skirt has like extremely minute details of bow loops.
You want to avoid
Walmart lace.
Rochelle lacing.
which is
Itchy,
stiff.
scratchy.
It's stiff. It kind of has a net
Yeah.
look to it. It's usually a floral.
Yeah.
And against your skin, it's very rough and it hurts.
Yeah.
It also looks horrible.
Yeah. It looks cheap. Let's just say it looks really cheap. It looks like you went, it's a $20 skirt. If you pay $20 for a Lolita skirt, even at Bodyline or Fan Plus Friend, you're getting what you pay for. Always keep that in mind. If you're gonna buy a $1,000 Baby Starshine Bright special limited reserve edition dress, you're gonna get silk and chiffon and organza and just beautiful fabrics that fit and flow. And the lace is gonna be like silk embroidery lace. You always have to keep that in mind. It's anything in life. If you buy a $200 car, it's going to probably break down on you within the next 2 miles.
Yeah. Fabrics.
And fabrics. Lolita, as I said earlier, is mostly on cotton.
Yeah, which like you want to avoid silk and satin. Those just look horrible and they look like costumes.
Yeah, because they have a weird sheen to them. And you don't really want too much sheen in Lolita. Even with the over-the-top, if you could stand up, the bows. She is a great example of over-the-top, sweet Lolita. Pink, frilly, lace, bows, little girl inspired, like baby doll kind of thing. It's cute. It all depends on what you want.
Yeah, it's watch out about playing with certain types of fabrics the first time around, because it's especially like my outfit's actually made out of taffeta, and taffeta is one of the harder fabrics to actually work with.
Silk is extremely hard to work with, and velvet. Yeah, anything. Whenever you check out fabric, if it stretches and slides across itself too easily, like if you took her dress and you did this, it rubs and it slides. Mine just kind of grazes and it catches the fibers because it's more of a woven instead of like a tight knit kind of deal.
Yeah, you definitely don't. You want to try to stay away, especially from anything that has any lycra or spandex in
Yeah.
it. And that's going to be pretty much like you're going to get knits and they're going to stretch like that. Like think a lot of t-shirt fabrics.
Jerseys.
Yeah, jerseys too. Yeah, definitely because it's when you get, especially when you get those, you're going to have problems trying to sew them because when you try to sew them, they're going to stretch.
And bubble.
Yeah, and then they're not going to sew right. So yeah, definitely in the beginning, try and stick with like
Broadcloth.
broadcloth pretty much. Yeah, stick
And
with
it comes in a variety of colors, patterns, dyes.
They have
It's
Hello
infinite.
Kitty, everything. Like you name it, they have it. So I mean, you'll find every single pattern in the universe. So.
Great. All right. Lolita is kind of an expensive thing to start getting into because you have to get so many staple things. Some nice shoes, a petticoat, nice stockings, a blouse, and then the clothes themselves. It can get kind of expensive, especially if you buy brand. But there are discounted places where you can get it. It won't necessarily cost you $500 per outfit.
EGL column. EGL column.
Yeah.
Yes. If you do like a brand dress, you can get it secondhand sometimes. If you like a brand dress, but you can't really afford it at its sale price, you can find it secondhand on EGL.com sales. A site like Closet Child, InBook. There's also a few indie websites.
Yahoo. No, wait.
Yeah, but also, another thing with secondhand, depending on the brand and the print, it can actually sell more than what it went for.
Yeah.
Because one dress that I went after is around 600. So when it originally was around 300. So. Oh yes, it's a lot of my stuff I handmade.
Do we have any other questions? Or...
Late night with my friend who was sitting over there.
We can talk a little bit more about that stuff after.
Yeah.
You can actually come up and see the magazines as well.
Yeah.
Where did the tiny top hat come from?
What?
The tiny top hat?
Little
Oh,
She thought it was saying Japan
it was.
I think it came from like the baby dolls almost.
Yeah, it kind of came from Nichols. I know that the tiny top hat started in the late Elizabethan periods. Women would go out riding with the men on hunts, and they would put it's called a tiny tall hat is the correct name. It's about this tall, about this big around. And they would have these elaborate hair updos so their hair wouldn't get destroyed in the wind. And they would pin it to the side and put a long hat pin in it. And I think that's where it also got started. The fasteners for Victorian styles, like the things that sit here and have the feather spray at the back, those also influenced it because they're used more as a tiny influence. Any last questions?
No. Oh yeah.
Bodyline, which is a great place to get shoes. Bodyline, yes. I actually sometimes wear, like I have another pair of boots that's black and I wear them with my regular day, normal clothes.
These are actually, my friend just has a gigantic feather in her head. These are her shoes for the Renaissance Festival that I'm borrowing because my Victorian period shoes killed my feet yesterday because I had fun. It's great. There's a wide variety of shoes. You go to Milano and you type in, you look at their shoes, you'll see it. Yeah. Alright.
Thank you guys so much.
Thank you. Come and find us if you have any questions.
Come and find us if you have anything to add.